that can only mean one thing. It's time to take a nice deep breath. It's time to relax a little bit and get into the softer side of life. Now, for those of you who might be joining us for the first time this morning, this is our weekly show where we look at everything to do with soft crafts. When we talk about soft crafts, we're talking about knitting, embroidery, crochet, and today our main focus is on sewing. So I've got a whole fantastic show planned for you, loads of demos, updates on some fantastic initiatives that we've been working on. I'm going to do some reminders. For example, I'm going to be showing you some of our scrubs bags. We're going to check on how everyone's getting on with the scrubs bags, and I'm going to be taking you through that demo again because we've still got hundreds and hundreds of you wanting to help the cause and make scrubs bags with us. But that's just part of the show. I've got loads and loads to do. Now, I am not here on my own. You guys know the drill by now. Every Tuesday morning, I am here joined by the lovely Joe. Give us a wave, Joe.
Morning, Sarah. Morning, everyone. Such a pleasure to be here with you. So many great deals on the show. So much inspiration coming up as well. And as you were talking there, let me get the right way. Look at all of these scrub bags that we've been sent in just the last few days. So we put that call out to you guys to help us with the scrub bags and help us you have. I've got loads of like notes and cards and stuff, so I'll be going through those through the show and giving some shout outs to some of you lovely lot that have got them into us. You can keep getting them into us. You'll find all the details over on the homepage of our website, crafterscompanion.co.uk.com or .eu. But there's loads in this show. I'm excited for this, Sarah.
Oh yes, should I give you a bit of a preview of what I've got planned for the show, Joe? So this is a preview of what I'm going to be using and what I'm going to be making. Now, who remembers a few weeks ago, I made a gorgeous bag with the Riley Blake Azure Skies fabrics. You guys loved it. We had phenomenal feedback. We have managed to get more of that fabric in stock, and I've insisted that they do me the same deal. So it is a better than half price deal if you want to go for the bundle of the Riley Blake. I'm going to be using these gorgeous fabrics to show you again how to do one of those amazing scrubs bags. That's going to be my first demo. And then a little bit later, we're going to be taking another look at our Gemini quilting pattern guides. Now, I'm not going to be showing you this. We're going to go over to our Lizzie, one of our resident experts here at Crafters Companion, and she's going to be showing you how to use all of the gorgeous quilting pattern guides. And honestly, you will be amazed at how easy they are to use, okay? Then a little bit later, the patchwork dies. Our multimedia patchwork dies are gorgeous. Actually, do you know, I said this is what we're going to go and see with Lizzie. It's Jen who's going to be showing us those quilting guides. That's right, I was chatting with her about it the other day. Lizzie's going to be showing you about the patchwork dies, and look at that saving. Look at that saving, 65% off. You're going to buy one, get two free. What's that, Joe?
You buy one,
you get two free. Oh yes, that's what we've got coming up today. Oh, and then these kits. Now, you know, there wouldn't be a Tuesday without me making you a special bag. So I'm going to be making a bag and I'm going to be giving it away to one of you guys. Keep your comments coming in during the show. After the show, I'll go through all of the comments and we'll pick a one at random. Assuming my demo goes well and we manage to make this lovely little bag, I will be sending this bag to one of you guys who we pick from one of your comments. So let me know about what you're excited about seeing in the show. Let me know if any of you have had a try at these. But the fabric kit I'm using actually is buy one, get another one free, and I'll show you both of those fabric kits. Now, I've been wanting to demo this for ages, right? So we're going to be making this fabulous little cloud. So there's a whole kit with 60% off. Now this is brilliant. Anyone new wanting to get into sewing, what a fabulous kit to buy for them. You could even hand stitch this together, so you don't even need to have a sewing machine. You can do all of this. You've got the hand embroidery involved. You've got all the stuffing, everything you need in the kit to make that fabulous cloud cushing. So that's everything I'm going to be getting demoed. I'm going to get ready for my first demo because I'm going to be demoing that scrubs back with the lovely Azure fabric. So I'll get those out. Joe, what have you got for us?
I just want to remind everyone how you can watch and shop at the same time. It's very, very easy to do so. If you're on Facebook, jump into the comments. Everyone is in there sharing comments and ideas. You can do that over on Crafters TV. Make sure you give us a like there on and on Instagram. If you want to watch and shop at the same time, however, and I can hear that you're already shopping ahead, if you want to watch and shop at the same time, pop yourself over to our website, crafterscompanion.co.uk.com or .eu, and also get us on the big telly. We love it when you get us on the big telly, and you can do that, of course, through YouTube or through Apple TV if you have any of those things. So do jump over there and start commenting along. Now, I feel like, Sarah, I feel like there's someone missing this morning who we normally have with us.
Oh, yes. Now, who do we normally have join us on a Tuesday morning? That's right. Every Tuesday, for those of you that don't know, we always have, I'm basically keeping the space warm here for our John. So John Scott was coming to us live every Tuesday morning from our studio here at Crafters Companion HQ. Because of the lockdown, John is in lockdown at home, but he's still always very much a part of our show. And as an extra special bonus, every week John puts together a sunrise special. Now we give everyone a preview of it this morning at 8 o'clock. We have a little bit left, so I've got our John to tell you all about his sunrise special.
Morning, Sarah. How are you? I do apologise about my hair. It's this lockdown special, it's called. Did you watch Sewing Bee this week? My friend Mark's on it, right? And I said to him yesterday, I'm thinking of shaving my head. And he went, oh, you be careful. At your age, it won't grow back. Thanks, I said. Thanks, Mark, for that. Anyway, today's Sunrise Special, as I was explaining earlier, we've had a new shipment in. Look, they're so popular, these mugs, I can't tell you. So now, I did have two... I did have two this morning, but I've been out in the garden drinking coffee out of one. So what it is you get two for £15. So if you buy, it's a special deal. The link's on my website, not my website, sorry, my Facebook page. If you buy two, you get them for £15. I know that's 25% off. That is, in this day and age, 25% off. And look, you two could sit and drink your coffee out of a mug with my mug on it. I know, two for £15. That's fantastic value, really, isn't it? Look, they come in a little box and everything. It's nice, isn't it? My logo, my little ugly face there. Anyway, make sure you order it. And while you're there, have a look on the website, see what else you want, because there's some fantastic bargains there. Oh, now, did you have a lovely birthday last week? I'm sorry I missed it. Had it not been locked down, I'd have been there partying with the best of you, but I'm sure you were just at home with your lovely family. Anyway, I say this every week. I hope it's not too long. Till I'm back up there with you all. But in the meantime, enjoy the time off. I know it's stressful. I know it can be really upsetting, but there's nothing we can do about it, is there? So just enjoy. And enjoy having a cup of tea or a cup of coffee at my lovely mug. I know. Two for £15. Anyway, I better get on. It's a lovely day. I'm going to go and sunbathe on my swing in my thong. I know. A bit too much for some people. I'll see you next week. Take care. Lots of love.
Hey, what's he like? Do you know, with anyone else we'd say that's too much information, but with our John, that's just what we're used to. He's sunbathing on his swing in his thong. I tell you what, we need to ask him for a picture of that too. I promise I won't. Or if I do, I promise I'll put it all over Facebook. I love him and I miss him so much. Hopefully we'll have him back in the studio really soon. I'm hoping it's only a few more weeks, a couple of months at most, because we really miss his little ray of sunshine on a Tuesday morning. However, it's wonderful to have your company this Tuesday morning. I've got my Overlocker out. I've got my fabulous Riley Blake fabrics. This is my favourite one out of the collection as well. But Joe's going to walk you through what the bundle deal is on these fabrics before I get into the scrubs bag demo.
Yes, absolutely. Now, we did have this on a few weeks ago, this fabric bundle, and it was so popular that we had to bring it back for you. Now, it's amazing quality, the Riley Blake Azure fabrics, and you've got it in. Let me start the other end, actually. Let me start with my favourites. So what is great about this is you've got all of your different pieces in here. So you've got 12 pre-cut half-metre pieces. So what you can see is you've got them in this beautiful tone. So you've got the cactus, so you've got it in the mustard, the grey and the blue. Now these colours all work beautiful. Oh look, I matched. I had no idea. The grey, the mustard and the blue. And then what you've got as well, you've got this lovely sort of modern, sort of abstract pattern almost. And this is in the teal, the peach and the off-white as well. Really, really gorgeous. And then those colourways are matched all the way through. So you've got this really lovely bold floral. This would look beautiful. I'm seeing things like little girls' dresses made like this, maybe even wraps to keep makeup brushes in as well. Again, you've got it in the blue, you've got the off-white, and you've got that lovely peach. And then you've got the ditzy floral, and you've got that in the blue and the mustard, and you've also got it in the peach and the off-white. And then what you have is you have one sort of grounding fabric that pulls all of those colourways together. Let me show you what half metre looks like. It's a really substantial piece of fabric. You're getting 6 metres total of Riley Blake quality fabric within here, which is just astounding. If you want to go and have a look for some projects online as well, you'll find so many half yard or half metre projects out there on the web for you to get sewing with, whether it's bags, wraps, as I said, little girls' dresses. There's loads of things that you can do with a half metre. And if you love to quilt, you can cut it down into a fat eighth, you can cut it down into a fat quarter. So it's really great and really versatile to have that. Just to give you an idea of how amazing the price is, in the UK, £40, which is incredible. $45.88 is what you're saving. However, in the US, $27. You're saving $38 on that price. It is phenomenal value. Now, talking about phenomenal value for money, something that I know so many of you aspire to own, and that is our Overlocker. Overlockers are incredible. If you are, if you've got a cottage industry, if you're making garments, if you're making anything, if you basically just want your projects to have that same professional feel and finish, but also the longevity that you associate with really great quality shop bought items, then an Overlocker is definitely going to give that to you. I've got an overlock seam here, but I don't know if you're going to see it. Let me show you. Can you see it? You can just about, I don't want to flash a bit of belly to you. There you are. Whoop. But you can see that just there, and that's what it does. So what it does is it gives you, whereas your sewing machine would just sew one lot of stitches, what you've actually got is 4 lots of stitches in, and it finishes and cuts it as well. In the UK, we refer to it as a overlocker. You may have heard it called a serger if you're in the US. Now, the price that we bring this to you at all the time is incredible. We can't take it any lower than it is. It's core products on our website all the time. So we thought what we'd do is we did want to still give you something special. So we're going to give you the Threaders Be Happy fabric roll included. Now, this is my favourite fabric collection that we've ever done here at Crafts Companion. You've got the fabric roll that gives you a bit of all of them, but the great thing about this is we're going to give you a bonus 500 Club Inspire points. So maybe that's going to take you up to the next level. Maybe that's going to be your first level in the club. You'd normally get a point for every £1 that you'd spend. So with this, you'll be looking at, 750 points just off of this alone. They are incredible. If you want to see more about the actual Overlocker, there's always loads of inspiration over on our website, lots of tutorials and how-tos, so even from getting it out of the box. So don't be, I know a lot of people sometimes scared of these. You absolutely do not need to be. I'd say, would you say, Sarah, even beginners are good to go with our Overlocker? Because it comes threaded, doesn't it, in the box?
It does, yes. So what I would say, Joe, is I am a beginner sewer. And so I thought I just needed to begin a sewing machine. And then when we launched the Overlocker, I said, well, I don't need one at home. I'll just loan the one from the office, take it back and use it for a bit. It never went back again. The best way I can describe an Overlocker is if your sewing machine is the oven in your house, right? So you can cook every meal in it. It's really good. It's reliable. It's robust. It's the most versatile. But what do you use for most of your meals? I cook 90% of what we have in our microwave because it's faster, it's more efficient, and that is exactly what an Overlocker is. So Joe touched on it there. What you have is, if I open this up, you'll see inside, and basically you have 4 threads running through. They all wind through here, and what they do here is they like knit over the end of the fabric. So you'll see once I start and get into the demonstration, but yes, it looks complicated. This looks terrifying. So do you know what we do? We send them all to you and it's all pre-threaded up. Now what happens if you want to, I'm going to lift the side off. I'm trying to work back to front upside down. You won't use an Overlocker like this. If you're right-handed like me, you'll use it on the right. I'm doing it like this so that the camera can see. Can I just say, beginner sewer, sewing back to front upside down for the camera here. Gold star, right? Mm-hmm. Anyway, what I was saying is, it is like another level of machine. Now, because I'm going to be showing you the scrubs bag demo. For those of you that have missed this, right? I first brought this to you a few weeks ago, and it has become a national phenomenon. So the background is John, my lovely friend John, a friend of his, Dulcie, started a campaign in her area because there's a lot of theatre costume designers who are out of work at the moment who have offered their services up to make scrubs for our extra NHS workers. So it's NHS here in the UK. Obviously, those of you watching in the US, that's all of our healthcare workers. So they needed to make 250,000 extra sets of scrubs for our extra workers. Now, what happens is after you finish work on an evening, every night they need to be washed. So when they're in the hospital, they take them all off. They need to be put in something secure. So people putting them in a plastic bag, bringing them home, throwing them in the wash and throwing the plastic bag away. Well, we don't like extra waste plastic. And also even transferring between the bag and everything, there's a little bit of risk there. So Dulcie asked if it was possible for us to make scrubs bags. And I'll get Joe to show you one there because he's got about 500 sitting over that side of the room. So we asked people if they could make a scrubs bag, which is about the size of a pillowcase, that the medics could dig down, chuck them in the bag, squeeze the top, throw it in the washing machine as it was, without having to even unpackage it, right? So show them your bag, Joe.
So
Doesn't
this
it look
is
amazing?
what they look like. They've got nice big opening on there. I should have practiced a magic trick for this, shouldn't I? Pull a rabbit out or something. And then what you've got is these lovely drawstrings on here. So as you put all the kit in there, it's a bit like a gym bag that you used to have when you were a kid at school, and then that can go straight into the washing machine. And all the details for all of this is all on our website as well, isn't it, Sarah? craftscompanion.co.uk.eu.
Well, I did a full video tutorial. I'm going to run through it again now because this fabric's just lovely. We would still love anyone else who's able to make scrubs bags here in the UK and send them in. Would absolutely love this. For those of you watching in the US, you don't have to make this bag for medics. This is a fantastic little handy bag, like you said, for if you're wanting to use it for your gym kit. I've actually got one at home now, a little bit smaller, and I put all my undies in and my tights and everything, put that in the wash, instead of pulling tights out of extra jumpers and pairs of leggings or whatnot. So it's actually been really handy at home, but it's very, very easy to do. And the reason we use an overlocker, it's those reinforced seams. So I'll show you that as we're going along. Now I'm going to get straight into the demo. This is that Riley Blake fabric. I mean, I love the idea when you said, Joe, about using this pattern for a little girl's dress in the peach colour. You get 3 of these. I cannot believe, I'll put the details up on the screen again for you of the fabric. I cannot believe we were able to do 12 of these for that £40. 12 half meters, okay? Now, to make one bag, you need half a meter because you're going to cut it in half and essentially cut 2 pieces into this. So you need your 2 sides, and the first thing we're going to do is put something on the top for the drawstring. Now, watch what I've done. I've taken one of the corresponding fabrics and cut it to the same width here. However, I'm going to fold it. I'm going to fold the edges in. Just give them a little finger press. So I'm going to fold these edges in. And then I'm also going to fold it in half and we're going to stitch it onto the top. Now, it's much easier if you iron this over, okay? So if I just bring my iron in here, a little makeshift ironing board that we have here in the Crafters HQ studio. So we get all that ironed over and at this side here. So there's our edging, and then I'm going to fold this in half. So this is what we're going to put our drawstring through. And what I would say is, if you could follow this kind of pattern, I mean, just in principle, yes, we just need a drawstring bag. However, this is a really nice size. There's no specific sizing to it. A lot of people have written to me and said, what are the measurements? What's the pattern? There isn't a pattern. I wanted to keep this really simple so that anyone could get involved and do these. You don't have to be an expert. You don't have to know how to follow a pattern. You can just do this following this sort of sizes. But what I would say is you just want to be able to fit a set of clothes, basically a pack of clothes in. So I would say around about the size of a pillowcase or a little bit smaller is the sort of size we're looking for. But there is not, I don't want people to be put off thinking, oh, well, I'm not a sewing professional, so I can't do these. We would love it if anybody could get involved and help with these, right? Not just the professionals. So here we go. We're going to take this. We're going to go, you always have right sides together. So I'm going to put my 2 right sides together with this open edge at the top, right? So we can see all these open edges together. And we're going to stitch down here. Now, because I'm using that overlocker, watch what happens. We take it to the overlocker. Let me just get my foot pedal. I'm going to just bring you a little bit further over, get my foot pedal ready, and to avoid any damage, we're going to move the iron as well. Here we go. Yep, we are ready to go. Turn you round. Let's just see that. I mean, this is like another level sewing this back to front upside down sewing, Joe. And all we do is we offer this into the machine, and what the overlocker does is it feeds it through. Look at that. I'm just going to lift you up and get this right under. There we go. It feeds the fabric through. Now, yes, you could be more professional and pin it. I'm going to do a Sara jobby on it and just speed it away. There we go. So you can see it's cutting off the excess here whilst sewing and essentially knitting over the edge, right? So it's just knitting over the edge of the fabric there. Now, I've cut mine I've done it quite small, probably a little bit smaller than we need when we get towards the end. Look at this. That's a real Sara jobby, that one. I might just neaten that up and go a little bit more. And you can do that, watch. We can just come back in and we can say, right, we'll take a little bit more off and we're just going to straighten that up. I think the lesson to be learned here for Sara is probably less haste, more speed, all right? So there we go. And you can see how we've got that nice and neat. I'll bring this back in and just give that a bit of a press, Joe. And you need to do this on both sides.
Whilst you are pressing that, I'd love to give a shout out to some people that have been sending in your beautiful scrub bags.
Yes. Well, I'll keep stitching because I've got to do the other side. You do some shout outs. That'll be lovely.
Yeah, absolutely. So I can see Joy has sent some scrub bags in to us, which is lovely. Lillian has sent lots in here, saying it's a piece of fabric I never had a use for. They're slightly bigger, so I divided them by 4 to use it up. Hope they're okay. Keep up the good work. You keep up the good work as well, Lillian. We're really impressed. Anne and Chris Sayer from Fatcham have sent them in. I can see Bev in Southwest London. Bev Wright, thank you so much for yours. Some of you have been sending us cards in with them as well, which is lovely. I hope these are okay. Liz T has sent those in to us. For all our NHS carers, thank you for all you are doing. Love from Abby, with a big heart on there, which I love and adore. And I really love the sort of people who've been in ingenuity with them, let's say, because I want to show you these ones down here. I think it's the perfect way to use up leftovers. Can you see? I'm gonna end up with this going over at some point, I think, today. You've really sent us so many, and this is just a snapshot of all the ones we've had. I love this one. This was obviously, I reckon, maybe a pair of curtains or a duvet.
Pair of curtains,
I think it was an old pair of curtains. And now look, it's these amazing scrub bags that are going to go to our frontline, NHS workers that are going to go into I think they're just fabulous. And also, so much we hear about, upcycling, giving stuff a new lease of life, rather than throwing things away. Because cotton, obviously, if you can reuse it, it's such a good thing. 'Cause it takes a load of water to make cotton. So if you can give them a new life, I think it's so much nicer than throwing something away. Really great deal, don't forget, on the fabrics that Sara is using here as well. You save more than you're spending. Details are on your screen just here. You're saving over £40 on those, and you're going to get 12.5 metres. That's 6 whole metres of fabric within there. I'd love to show you some more of these scrub bags, but there's no way I'm going to be able to make my way through all of them, Sara. There are hundreds and hundreds, and that's just a snapshot of all the ones that we've been sent.
Will you pick a couple more out, Joe? What I've just done is I've just put the 2 correct sides of the fabric together, all right? And then I've stitched down one side, and this is that overlocked stitch, you see? So when I open this, can you see you're going to get a really, really strong edging because it's overlocked on the other side. Now, if you do not have an overlocker, right, you can just sew down and then go over the edge with a zigzag stitch. Would you say, Joe, most of the ones that you've got in, have they been overlocked or have people sewn them?
Yeah, I think a lot of them have been overlocked. This one's definitely been overlocked. I can show you just that. I think it's been overlocked anyway. Or it might, I'm not the expert, so I'm not too sure. It looks like it's got an overlock seam on it to me. But again, this one's gorgeous, made in some lovely fabric. There's some very colourful ones here as well that I'm seeing. Some really, really lovely examples. This one here as well is an absolutely gorgeous one too. You can see some really lovely sewing work. And also those bottoms as well, really nice boxed off bottoms on some of them, as you can see here, which is lovely.
Joe.
And again, I just love them. I think they're just really, really great bags. Definitely get sending them in now so we can send them to the NHS. Remember, all the details are on our website, craftscompanion.co.uk.com/.eu. But after all this is over, I think these are great bags just for storing stuff in.
Oh, do you
know what you could do?
What could you
Bit
do,
of fabric coat on the bottom half of this. Could be a little bag that you put your sandwiches in, take to lunch with you. If a smaller one.
Little mini one. Do you know what I've been doing a lot of at home? I've been using the kids' old t-shirts, and I've been just basically put them inside out, doing around the edges with the overlocker, and then either the t-shirt neck, I've been putting a little cut in and threading my ribbon through there, or even cutting the top off and putting the tabs on the top. You could like cutting the arms off and putting the arms on the top. So loads of stuff you can be doing with them. Right, I'm going to just show you that I've sewn down the two sides here, right? I'm going to go down the bottom. So let me just show you again. All you do is you take it to the overlocker, and then you just are offering it in. And you can see the beauty with the overlocker, Joe, is pure speed. Speed and efficiency. It's doing all the cutting off of the excess fabric. It's giving you that 4-piece. Can you see there? If I just show you on the close-up, it's giving you them 4 pieces, or the 4 threads all wound over. Now, you can just leave your bag like this if you want, right? You can't show you it on the overhead. You could just leave it with the bottoms like this, right? And that is perfectly acceptable. However, let me show you the little trick for if you want to do a 3D boxed bottom, okay? You put your hand in, so there's our corner. And then what you're going to do is you're going to open up this corner, right? And you're going to just nest those 2 seams together. So can you see we've kind of brought it to a bit of a point, and you've got those 2 edges with a bit of a point, and we're going to go across here with the overlocker. So let me just show you that. If I take that to the machine, we're going to come and put it in here, and I'm about 2 inches here. So I'm just going to go straight across. So I'm again cutting off the edge, but then also nesting that seam across. So you can see there we've got that straight edge on the bottom. And that, if I get my hand in, is what gives you the 3-dimensional bottom on the bottom. It's called a boxed bottom, and you just need those 2 pieces together, right? So let me show you again. You've got the pointed section. I'll show you on this camera this time, right? So we've got that point, and all we do is you open it up so that you've got those 2 points nested together, all right? So I'm just feeling behind that I can feel that other side all lined up there. Once we've got that all lined up, you're going to take it into your machine, and we're just going to go straight across the edge here. And you just want equal at both sides, and I've gone with about 2 inches I'm taking off there. And you can see there we've just done straight down, and that's what gives you that lovely box on the bottom. So now I've got 2 boxed bottoms on the edge here. I'm just going to get my scissors. I'm going to trim off these excess pieces. But I know that is going to, I mean, you could be talking, these could be going through the wash hundreds of times. Every night they're going to be in the wash. And it's just brilliant that they're going to last so well because they've got that reinforcement. Yes, if you don't have an overlocker, I don't want you to feel like you can't do these. You could be doing them with your sewing machine. But if you don't have an overlocker, that's why we've done. We're never able to discount our machines because we're not a sewing machine company. We don't make millions of these. We bring them to you so that you can have the quality of Crafter's Companion while you're doing your sewing. So our machines are already very, very, very competitively priced in the market. Compared to an overlocker at this quality, to get an overlocker at this level for this price is off the chart phenomenal. So today, for you to get those extra fabrics and then have that extra roll of fabric, the deal's just phenomenal. Now, let me just show you, Joe. All we do now, I've got my... I've got some of my lovely big large safety pin. This is my little, I made this a few weeks ago, can you remember? I think I was supposed to send it out to somebody. I'm just borrowing it for a couple of weeks first and then I'll be sending it out, right? I'm going to get some of this lovely blue ribbon, and what you do is you get enough ribbon to go around the bag twice. So come and go, we'll go in and out and a little bit of excess. And then what you do, and actually, if you do it the Sara cheat way, you can get 2 pieces of ribbon at once. So I'm going to get 2 pieces of the ribbon. Then I'm going to get this, and I'm just going to use a large safety pin, right? And I'm just going to pop this safety pin. So I've got 2 pieces on the safety pin, and I'm going to go in one side and then just thread it.
We need a good tip. We need a top tip sound effect for this. I haven't seen this before.
Have you not seen this bit?
No.
Oh yes, you just
been,
need.
Maybe I was in the loo when you
were
did
just
this
chit chatting when I did it last time.
I think so. Yeah.
That'll have been exactly what was the case, right?
It's fantastic. What a great top tip.
Isn't that a great way? And just do both pieces at once. Now it's just when you get to the end, you just need to fiddle it through. Yep, there we go. And then we'll go into the other side. So this is where Sarah's got it a little on the tight. Oh, crikey, I've got it really tight here, Joe. Right. Push through, come on, you can get through, safety pin, there you go, yes you can.
Now, we'll keep watching you do that. I just want to give some more shout-outs, though, whilst you do, Sarah. So, Annette Taylor in Northampton, thank you very much. She sent 5 bags into us, which is fantastic.
Oh, thank you.
Liz... also, Liz Tommans says, "Thank you, NHS and Crafts Companion." Thank you, Liz. You guys have really outdone yourself. Scrub bags enclosed. Is there a name on this note? Oh, no names. If you're still sending them in to us, go grab the postal address from our website and you'll see all the details of the scrub bags there. Make sure you pop your names on them so we can give you a shout out. Sandra Manning as well, thank you. I hope these are acceptable. Yes, they are acceptable. They are all gorgeous and all of them are going to really make a huge difference to all of our frontline healthcare workers. And this is just a snapshot of the ones that we have been sent. We're getting them out as fast as we are getting them in.
We are.
So keep sending them to us. We still really need all your help.
And we're washing them all, so they've all got to be washed on 60 degrees. So we're washing them all, getting them sent out. We've already sent the first batch of 250 out. There was a lot, there was a big group of care workers in our region that needed them urgently. So if you aren't seeing your bags on the back, chances are yours might have already been sent. We've had a few letters from people saying, have you got plenty? Do you need any more? Yes, we absolutely need more. We would love any more that you're able to send us, right? Now, if I just have a bit of a feel, make sure I'm not pulling the same one twice. Yep, then we'll pull one, pull the other one. Here we go, one side and then the other side. Oh, this is the moment of truth, Joe, right? So it's that one there. And then you pull, can you see, one drawstring at one side, one drawstring at the other side. And then there's my drawstring bag with the boxed off bottoms that we made live on TV. So it just shows you they are so quick and easy to do. And actually, that in that Riley Blakers you've I mean, that's a little bit luxurious just for a bag that's going in the wash. But you know what? A friend of mine, one of Oliver's little friends from school, his mum is a GP and she's been called to do a lot of frontline work. And she saw me doing the show when I did this on This Morning. And she called me that night and she said, I just want you to know I've been given one of these bags. I was given one last week. And she said for her, she was so touched by the fact that someone had made that for her. You know, it's not just something that's been mass manufactured, sent in from a factory. Somebody has taken the time, has cared that much about her safety and has made her one of these. And she said, I'll treasure that. And I'm thinking, do you know what? How lovely that every time they finish a shift, that is what they're just going to have that little bit of a memory of someone cared enough to make that for me. And I just feel overwhelmed by the fact that we have had hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of scrubs bags sent in just in the first couple of weeks. We are literally receiving them every single day. It's just been absolutely wonderful. So yes, so that is the scrubs bag, Joe. If you must get this fabric anyway. That's the bag. Look at the bag that I made the other day, which I am also going to be sending out. I just haven't quite sent it out yet because I loved it on my set so much. This is the one, if you go back and watch our Soft Decider live show from about, I think it was about 2 weeks ago, we made this lovely bag. And this is what made me think I have to get this bag. How wonderful that these can all match. Absolutely gorgeous. So make sure you get that fabric. We have got it on offer. So it was on offer a couple of weeks ago. We've been able to get a restock, but we cannot keep restocking this fabric. We only can have so much of this. So we're looking now to have everything that we've got. You can bear in mind, buy this by the metre. So if you just love this blue one or you really like this in the orange pattern, you can go onto the website and just order as many metres as you want. Or maybe you got the bundle a couple of weeks ago, love the fabric, now want to order a 3 metre run. If you wanted a 3 metre run, you buy it by the half metre, so you just put quantity 6. You wouldn't get 6 half metres cut. We would actually cut you. We have a cutting station in our warehouse. Callie works upstairs in the cutting station and she will cut you 3 metres of that fabric. So we do offer this cut by metre service on the website on all of our fabrics, waddings, all of our plains, the cottons, the linens. We have a fantastic selection of fabrics on the website if you go and have a little look. But we do this taster pack so you can try everything in this collection. It's brilliant for those of you that are quilting, wanting to do a whole quilt with this, but it's just wonderful if you're wanting like an assortment of fabrics that are going to work beautifully well together. Right, I'll let Joe recap on all of that fabric again and I'll get myself put straight.
Yeah, absolutely, and great to get fabrics like this in a configuration because you know they're all going to work together. They're all grouped together in colours and matching colours that work. I'll just run you through what you've got. So you're going to get a ½ metre of that lovely blue cactus, a ½ metre of the silver grey, and a ½ metre of the mustard yellow. These colours together are so trendy at the moment. French navy and mustard is such a strong look. So you're going to get that one. You're then going to get this sort of more modern print, and this one is going to have that tealy blue. You've got the peach in here, and you've got the off-white in there too. You've then got the statement floral, which is lovely, really big, bold floral. Again, you've got the blue, you've got the white, and you've got the peach, and they all sort of tie together with the colour themes. You've then got the ditzy floral in here too, and the ditzy floral is the mustard and the blue with the peach and the white. And then the one last piece is the piece that kind of pulls it all together. It's got a bit of everything. Have you checked out what's this bit called here, Sarah? Is it called the
salvage?
The salvage. Check out the salvage on this. I never thought I'd say that in my life. But you see, look, it's got those, how cute is that? It's got the little cactuses on it. I do love it. Now, and this is the size of it too. So it's a really, really good size. You'll find loads of ½ yard or ½ metre projects out there on the internet, which you can do. And it's perfect for those scrub bags that we talked about. £40, $27. You are saving more than you're spending. I don't know how long we'll be able to bring that deal to you, though. It's very, very busy already. I want to come back to the Overlocker. We bought, my friend John, who makes me loads of really lovely things. He's actually made me a jumper, and I'll wear it in the next week or so and show you with like felt pieces on it. He's a really, really keen sewer. He does all of our alterations for us. You know, jeans, they always go, don't they? You know where they go. We always send them to John. He patches them, sends them all back to us. He's literally the best. So one year for his birthday, we clubbed together and we bought him an Overlocker, and I can tell you it was hundreds of pounds more than this Overlocker that we bring you, but you've still got Crafter's Companion quality with this, which is amazing. £249 is always a great deal for this, so we can't take it any lower, but what we can do is give you some added bonuses. So we're going to give you 500 bonus club Inspire points. That means you're going to get 750 points from this purchase alone. That is going to give you that's going to give you some really good status in our Club Inspire. The other great thing that we're going to do is we're going to give you one of our fabric rolls. This is our Be Happy fabric rolls. My favourite fabric range that we do here at Crafter's Companion. So you'll get all of that included, $249.99, which is an amazing price to get yourself a great quality Overlocker. Right, let me just move that out of the way because something else that are always fabulous, and you guys love them, are our quilting pattern guides. So this is a fantastic deal because what you've got, you're saving 40% here. You're going to get all three of them. So this one here is the chevron that we're looking at just here. So you're going to get this. Now the great thing about these is, yes, it's one quilting pattern guide, but look at all of the different types. You've actually got 2, 4, 6 different patterns that you're going to be able to create on the side of there, which is fantastic. So that one is the chevrons. You're also going to get the arcs, which is this one here. That's another 6 patterns you're going to be able to make. And you're going to get also this one here, which is the scallops. That's another 6 patterns. That's 18 patterns you can make for £34.99. What we also have on the show, which you're going to need, is the free motion foot if you don't already have one. 2 different options for you. There's a high shank foot and a low shank foot. All the machines that we bring you are a low shank foot. Pretty much 90% of all of the sort of residential sewing machines that are out there on the market will be a low shank foot. If you've got a high shank foot machine, you're probably going to know that you've got one of those. Things like the Brother Novus V7, those really big machines, they're a high shank foot. And we also have the gloves as well on the show. They make just gliding everything around so much. It's so easy and so effective. But $34.99 gets you all 3 of the quilting pattern guides. Now, Sarah, what's we got left to come in the show today? There's still a lot, isn't there, coming up?
Well, the reason I wanted to focus on those quilting pattern guides, but actually we've got an expert quilter in our armoury here at Crafters Companion. When I say here, we're quite an international team, do you not know? So for those of you that don't know, we've got one of our resident sewing experts, Jen Tryon. So Jen's based in Canada, does a lot of our TV shows over in Canada and America, and she's a real specialist when it comes to quilting. Now it's Jen who taught me how to use these quilting pattern guides. I haven't done a lot of quilting. I've used the pattern guides a lot because I've demonstrated them on TV shopping channels all over the world, but I haven't made myself a huge quilt yet. I have used these to quilt a nice table runner and a cushion cover. So I'm going to get Jen to walk you through exactly how these work, because when you see it, you'll be like, that's just amazing. Have a little look here.
Sara, hi! It's so good to be here, and I love seeing you working with the soft crafts. I'm loving that. And honestly, I've been doing a lot of sewing around here lately, and I know a lot of you have been at home too. Sara, I've been watching you on Instagram sewing up lots of cool things. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you for your sewing journey. Good for you. I have been trying to use this time to finish some sewing projects. I have got quilts out the wazoo that I have not quilted yet. And this is what I've been working on, so I wanted to come on and share with you what I've been doing. So I've got this quilt done. It's all pieced and it's been bound and it's been sitting in the cupboard forever. So I'm dug out my quilting pattern guide and the quilting pattern reference guide. These two products, I'm telling you, are helping me get my quilting done quickly and easily, and it's looking good. I'm going to show you how to use them. This one is the arcs. I've also got the chevrons. But for this one, I'm going to use the arcs because it's a tough shape to achieve without some sort of guide. And I love that I can achieve it myself at home. But you're going to want to use these in combination with the reference guide. You can use them on their own, but honestly, when you put it with the reference guide, everything becomes a whole lot easier. I'll show you what I've been doing. Okay, so I've started already on that corner, but I'll bring you to a fresh corner. I'll use it on a light colored block so you can really see it. So I'm putting down my reference guide. I'm gonna use it starting directly in the center of my block. So I'm just putting that pen right down in there and marking the center. And then I'm just gonna mark each one of these lines. So you can see it's all marked up. And now when I bring in my actual pattern guide, the lines that are on the guide, I simply line up with the reference guidelines. That way I know everything is staying straight. It's key, it's key. I love it. Okay, so I'm gonna start in the center. I'm basically gonna line up all of the lines that I can. And when I bring it over to the machine, so even if I move, as long as I go back to that line, I know everything is going to be straight. Let me show you. So you want to make sure you've got a ruler foot on your machine. What this does is allow your machine and your guide to kind of act as one, to work together. This is really important. So I'm just rolling my big quilt in to my machine. It doesn't matter that the guide has moved because all I need to do is line up those lines again. So I'm planning to start in the center. That line is lined up with the line from the reference guide. The middle line is lined up. All the diagonal lines are lined up. Great. Okay, now I just want to pick an arc and start sewing. I am going to put on my quilting gloves. I think you can find these on the website, crafterscompanion.com. This just helps me grip. The ruler has grips on it, but I want grips too, so everything is moving nice and smoothly. You want to make sure your machine is set up for free motion quilting. That means that the feed dogs need to be lowered. And just move your quilt right against that foot. Okay, there's the first arc. Now, it's okay that things move, because as long as you keep everything on the line, once you get to the second arc, press your foot down, and then just start. If you get kind of trapped, make sure you have the weight of your quilt on your table. And then I'm gonna move over, keeping everything lined up. And just using this guide pressed against the foot. To make these great arcs. Cool, right? So I'm just gonna turn it on its side to continue. Line everything up again. You see, it doesn't matter if I stop and start, I can totally move things over. So you can just see I'm now working vertically so that everything fits in my throat space. And can you see, Sara, how that shape is now starting in my quilt? And I can either keep going with the fan, or I could flip it over and have this sort of great circle pattern radiating from the center of my quilt block. That looks really cool too. And you can achieve this just by lining up the lines. So I've been having tons of fun doing all kinds of different shapes on different blocks of the quilt. And I love that I get to pick what I can do, and it's all way more advanced than if I were just left to my own free motion quilting, Sara. So I'm gonna keep working on this because it's gonna take me a while to get through the whole queen size blanket, but with the quilting pattern guides by my side, it's gonna look pro in no time. So I'm gonna send it back to you.
I told you it was easy when someone explains it. And the thing is, look what a difference it made having those gloves as well. So the thing is, yes, you need the quilting pattern guides, and it doesn't have to just be those of you that are doing quilt. And I know a lot of you that are doing quilts probably make your quilt and send them away to be quilted now. Well, it's not really much of an option at the moment. If you've got a machine, get the low shank foot, unless you need the high shank. As Joe said, the majority of machines work off a low shank foot. Get yourself the low shank foot, get the quilting pattern guides and give it a go. Honestly, you'll shock yourself at how easy it is to do. But it's not just the quilting pattern guides. While we've got those extra low and high shank feet and those quilting gloves, isn't that right, Joe? They need the quilting gloves to go with it.
I should put them on really, but yeah, they're great because they're so sticky. It makes it so much easier. Shall I take them out and put them on?
Go on,
All right, you come back to me in a minute. I'll show you my best French mime in a moment.
So yes, so the quilting pattern guys, the details are on your screen for all of those. You did get the chevrons, you get the semicircle and which is called the arc, and also the scallop in there as well. So you get all three for that $34.99, $43.40 if you are in the club there. What's he like?
What am I like?
Right, moving on. That was basically quilting, and honestly, those quilting pattern guides will make the world of difference for those of you who are looking to do all of your own quilting. Now, this is a product I introduced you to a couple of weeks ago, and all my life we have now sold hundreds and hundreds of pots. You are all going crazy. It's a product called Fabricoat. So what it does is, it makes any fabric into an oilcloth. Now, for those of you that don't know what oilcloth is, basically it's where you make something that has that waterproof layer. So for us, it's for the picnic tablecloth that goes on the outside table. Or we have an oilcloth where it goes on the kitchen table if the kids are doing crafts on there and they're getting glue and paint and everything, it just wipes clean. Now, that's brilliant. Oilcloth's quite expensive to buy, but the frustrating thing is they only do it in a few patterns. It's really hard to find nice patterns that you want in oilcloth. This product will enable you to turn any fabric at all into an oilcloth. So here's what I thought I would do, right? Won't be able to finish all this project today, but I'll be able to get it started. I've just cut a little piece, and I mean it's about 1/6 of that beautiful Riley Blake fabric. Joe was saying he wants a lunch bag. So I thought, you know what, this is going to be a really nice size. If I look at it like this, by the time we sew down the edges, box the corners off. That's going to be a nice size just for his little sandwich bag. So I thought, what did he say? We just need to put some on the bottom panel, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mask off, I am going to mask off even a little section on here. So I'm going to go just there and I'm going to mask that off so that we've got a nice straight edge to it. And then I'm going to do the same at the other part. And we're just going to put the fabric coat on the bottom. Now, you would never in a million years be able to dream of just putting it, of having part of a fabric oilcloth and part not oilcloth. But that's what we're going to do. We're going to make this part in the middle now like an oilcloth. So all you do is open the packaging up, right? Now, the deal that we've got on this, so they are $14.99 or $19.99 per pot. But trust me, when you get into this, you are massively going to be getting into this. So what we've done is we've done a buy one, get one free.
You buy one,
you get one free. Because what you're going to do is, if you want something to be really, really, really good and covered and made proper, what do you call it? What am I doing, Joe? I make it waterproof. Thank you. If you want it to be really, really good and effectively waterproof, you want to put a few layers of this on, right? Look, I'm just going to see if I can just stretch my fabric out a little bit here. No, don't, you had it right, Sarah. Don't knock it, right? Because I want it nice and tight to be putting this on. So can you see I'm just getting it spread all over? It's like, the closest way I can describe it, Joe, is it's like spreading butter onto toast. Right, so you're just going to spread it. I'm using a little spatula. If you haven't got a spatula, you can literally use anything. So use an old credit card or anything like that. I don't have to be right up to the very, very edge because I'm going to overlock those seams in. But I do need to make sure we've got plenty on. So I'm just spreading this down, a little bit extra on here. But how easy is this to do, Joe? Anybody can do this.
Yeah, really fantastic. And the great thing about it is, I mean, you might have favourite fabrics of yours and you think, I'd love it if that could be an oilcloth, if I could turn that into, let's say, a wash bag or a makeup bag, but you just can't get it in an oilcloth. Now you can. And also, maybe it means that parts of your stash that you're not using at the moment because you don't have a use for them, if you could turn it into an oilcloth, maybe you'd whiz through it in no time at all. So you buy one, you get one free, which is fantastic. But think about this as maybe getting back into your stash, getting a lot of those old fabrics out you haven't used for a while. This would be a great thing to do with those. Now, I want to just give a few more shout outs, if I may, to some of our scrub bag makers from across the UK. S. Ellis in Wiltshire, thank you so much. You're making such a difference. A. Rid from St. Helens, big shout out to you. Thank you so much. Suzanne Burrows from Peacehaven. Thank you so much, Susan. You're going to make a real difference. And also, who's this one from? Joan Kovacs has sent us this one in. Thank you so much, Jean. You have done something fabulous. Jane Price has made, from Leeds, has made us 12 scrub bags. How amazing is that? Please accept these 12 bags for your scrub campaign. Best of my knowledge, it's 100% cotton and we wash at 70 degrees. All of those will be going off to our key frontline workers, and you're helping to keep everyone safe. So a massive thank you for that. Is that some Hessian I can see over there?
Oh, well, I had some little scraps of Hessian, and I thought I'd show you one of the other things that you can do with this. By the way, that you can actually, that shot there is just perfect because you can see how it's a slightly different colour now in the middle where it's oilcloth to on the sides. Oh, yeah. I'm going to leave that to dry. You can give it another coat, so maybe come back and give it another coat before the end of the show. I reckon for you as a little sandwich bag, Joe, we'll give it 4 coats. 4 coats will just be nice on the bottom, right? I'm not going to get this project finished today. Just managing expectations. I'm going to get it oilcloth today, and then we can make it up into a sandwich bag using the overlocker for another project a little bit later. Now, one of the other things you can be doing with this, right, is you can be using it as a glue. So can you see that's just settled nicely back into place. So I've got a notebook cover here. I'm just going to pop it on as like a glue. Pop this down, and then I'm going to use it as a sealant to seal this in place. Wow. So I'm even going to use it over top of the Hessian now to seal the Hessian down in place.
And again, It's going to dry clear, is it? When it's
going to
dry,
dry
so
perfectly
you
clear.
won't see it.
Yep. Now,
How
again, it's not
fabulous.
going to dry in the show, but this is the sort of project I can do a little bit of it because we have our shows every week. We can always come back to it next week and see how it's settled in, and you can see there just how I'm getting all this nice.
Does it need to be
covered over.
heat set or anything like that, Sarah?
Right, so when you've finished, when we've given, for example, that one that we're working on, when we've done all 4 coats with it, right, what I will do is I will get a piece of greaseproof paper, lie the greaseproof paper over the top, and then with the greaseproof paper over the top, I'll then give it an iron, and that will just completely set it into place.
Wonderful. If you're in the US, I've heard this before, parchment paper, or baking parchment, I think is what you guys call it. Just get it from the supermarket. Really super simple and easy to do. As you were saying earlier, I know we've sold hundreds and hundreds of this deal because it sits on our website at $14.99 and you come and buy it week in, week out. You know, it's one of our core soft crafting products, so definitely grab it whilst it's on a buy one get one free, because you're looking at £7.50 per pot when you get it in this configuration, or $10 a pot in this configuration, which is pretty much unrivaled value. I think you'll agree, Sarah.
Oh, totally. And then look at that. I've used that. That's going to take a while to set. And then I've cut the hessian too big so that we'll just go and trim that off, and we will get a waterproof covered notebook by the end of this. Isn't that super simple? So it just shows you how easy it is to work. That fabric coat, I'm just having a little check down there. It's going to be ready for another coat later on in the show. It's looking fantastic. How easy is this to do? I know you've got fabric out there. Why not get one of it for the sake of $14.99, buy one, get one free. Get one today. Give this a go. Just something new to explore and try. And then all those projects that want a little bit of waterproof fabric, whether it's a cosmetic bag, whether it's maybe you want to do the lining of a cosmetic bag, because I'm terrible for spilling stuff in my makeup bag. Whether it's a little sandwich bag like what I'm making for Joe, it's a great, super simple project. So that is our fabric coat that I wanted to show everybody today as well while we're on. Now we're talking about something exciting, because we're talking about something where you buy one and you get 2 free. It's not very often we do a buy one, get 2 free in our shows. But Joe, you've got one for us today, haven't you? Fabulous. So these are the quilting dies. And I say the quilting dies, the patchwork dies. So we've got 3 different shapes. In fact, what am I doing, Joe? You show them the 3 different shapes we've got.
Absolutely. So we've got these patchwork dies for you on the show, which is fantastic. So you're going to get all 3 of them, and they're great for creating applique. Now the thing is, you might watch these shows and think, oh, I'd love to be able to get creating something soft crafty. However, you're not a sewer. It doesn't matter. This means that you don't need to be a sewer, because you could, if you've got a Gemini, you could cut this using this. You could get some of our fabric stick and stay, and you could put applique pieces onto jackets or t-shirts or whatever, really. I was talking about my friend John earlier. He's just created me a t-shirt, a jumper that I saw online. It was very, very expensive, and it was basically felt shapes in contrast colours, popped onto a jumper, just a regular jumper. So he's bought me a jumper from one of the sort of super cheap high street stores, and he'll just stitch those felt pieces on. If you didn't want to cut them by hand, what you could do is you could cut them using this, because there are multimedia dies. So you can of course cut things like leather, faux leather, vinyl, oilcloth, all of your different fabrics you want to, but you can also do things like balsa wood, soda or pop cans can be cut using this, because they are those multimedia ones. So great for sewing, great for a whole host of other things. You've got loads of projects included in here, and full instructions too. So you're going to get the jewels, you're going to get the elongated hexagon, and you're going to get the clamshell. Now the clamshell is crying out for some English paper piecing. So if you love your paper piecing, you're going to be able to put that together really beautifully. You buy one, you get 2 free of charge, which is pretty fantastic. Now I'm going to hand you back. We have got loads of friends joining us today, haven't we? So it's really lovely. It's like a little sort of I was going to say knit and natter, but it's not. It's a stitch and something, stitch and social.
That's not what a stitches say when we get together. Rhymes with stitch, doesn't start with the same letter. But yes, it is. Well, everybody wants to be part of my Tuesday shows these days. So we've heard from Jen, and actually these patchwork dies, our Lizzie. So those of you watching who don't know Lizzie, another fabulous member of our team. We're really lucky that all of us, even though we're on lockdown, we can't all get to the studio. Everyone's got amazing sewing rooms to be jealous of. So we've seen Jen's, which we were just oogling over. Now we're going to go over to Lizzie. In Lizzie's sewing room, she's going to show you how to use those beautiful dies.
Thank you, Sarah. I just think it's lovely that we can all get together on a morning and do some stitching together. It's great. Today I'm here to show you about our patchwork dies. To be honest, I love all of our dies at Crafter's Companion, especially for fabric. Those are the rose gold colour. So if you see rose gold, you'll always see me or Bernie or Katie cutting our dies. Now today I've got these patchwork ones, and we've got the jewel shape, the clamshell and the elongated hexagon. You can see I've got one missing on each because they're down here ready to cut. If we look at the back, you'll be able to see some fantastic inspiration of what these dies have done. They are superb, and of course they're all different sizes, so you've got 4 different sizes in each of those sets, which is amazing, isn't it? What an incredible value for money. So all I'm going to do is pop them through the Gemini now. So I've got my fabric all pre-cut, so I'm going to use my clear plate, my metal plate. I'm placing my fabric down and then my die cutting face down, and then I'm going to pop my dies over the top of my fabric. So I'll get them just lined up a little bit. Now what I do suggest you do is tape down, because you don't want any of this to wriggle, because you don't want to waste fabric. So if you're using some tape, washi tape, anything like that, put the tape on the actual die itself, on the edge of the die, and then the waste fabric. And the reason for that is, if you then pull the tape off, because it gets so sticky going through the machine, it can distort your fabric and it can fray it, and with faux leather it can take the lining off because the pressure of the machine is so great, and the tape becomes super tape when we put it through the machine. So I've got I think I've got 6 layers here of our country yard fabric, which is adorable. And can you hear that crackling sound? That means the dies are cutting. The machine is doing what it's meant to do. So if I take these off, and I'll just put them to one side, and then I'll put these, this is the jewel one that's going through now. And again, don't forget to put a little bit of tape down, like I say, on the edge of the metal die itself and onto your scrap fabric. And of course you could keep all of these scraps to stuff soft toys with, and anything that you need to pad something out. So let's pop this one through. Just using my turntable again. So look, these are the ones that I've got. Honestly, it's like a knife through butter. It never ceases to amaze me how clean a cut you get. So let's all pop these to one side. They're in there somewhere. There we go. Oh, I've got a sequin in there as well now. That's from the sequin fabric the other day. How did that get in the machine? Right, so if we look on the overhead now, you can see, if I put the hexagons down, these are the elongated hexagons, you can see how they all sort of nest together, and how, now you can stitch these together, obviously 1/4 inch seam allowance, or you could just lay them down like this and do a raw edge applique. But the thing is, it's giving you tons of different options of how you want to stitch them down. And if you could use a fusible glue as well if you wanted to. So that's the elongated hexagon, and obviously that's, because this is like the second biggest size, it's going to take no time at all to put a quilt together. And then we've got the jewel, and the jewel is really now for making your flowers with. Again, this could be applique. They will all nest together as well, so there's lots of different options. And of course you can see in the centre you've got a hexagon, and I bet anything you like that one of our hexagon dies will fit into there beautifully. So look, that is the elongated, oh sorry, that's the jewel. Look at that, isn't in the centre. But you could just applique that on the top of the quilt, and the quilt top could come through the centre there. I think it's glorious. And then the clamshell. The clamshell I've left till last because this is my favourite. And oftentimes I'll actually draw around the clamshell and actually do sort of like a running stitch, like a sort of faux sashiko. And again, you can EPP these, so you can turn down the rounded edge and stitch them down that way, or you can just applique them down like I would do. To be honest, it's always trying to make something, or sometimes it's usually we need something quick, isn't it? So I'm trying to sort of space these out so you get an idea. Now I'm covering these over with a 1/4 inch seam allowance, roughly, so you can see how they look. And you trim that off if you were going to put that on a quilt or a cushion cover. But look at that. Look how they nest together. They are absolutely perfect. So that is our patchwork dies from Crafts Companion. And I think, Sarah, you better show them what you can do with them now.
Oh, is that a challenge, Lizzie? Is that a challenge? Do you know what I love? Absolutely love it, especially them clamshells, so that you can do, I like the idea of doing a few of it, and then I was always sure what you do with the bottom until I saw Lizzie show you once, just cut the bottom straight. And they make nice, you know, like a rectangular cushion cover. Cushion covers is about my limit when it comes to patchwork. Let's just be really honest, right? It's going to be a while before I get into something at this sort of level. I haven't got the patience for it. I like to have that instant gratification. I like to be able to sit down in an evening and finish a project. So the thing is, you get all three of the, let me show you them over the overhead here, right? This is what I'm talking about when I was saying doing like a square cushion cover and just trimming off the bottom. So that's the clamshells, which to me are the super clever ones. And it's brilliant to be able, the fact that you've got them at 4 sizes and then you can nest them all together, right? You've got the diamond, right? It's called a jewel. So it's not a diamond, it's a diamond bottom with a jewel bottom. That is the one that she was showing us where you can piece all the bits together. And look, I even love this on the edge where we've gone in, this is the royal way. I was not involved at all in the making of this lovely cushion cover. And you piece the extra bits on. And then this is probably the most popular in the collection, which is the elongated hexagon, which you see so much on beautiful quilt covers. This, you could be using this with those lovely Riley Blake fabrics. But either way, right, you buy one, you get 2 free.
You buy one,
you get 2 free. It's that good of a deal. It is literally that good of a deal. So that is, thank you very much for that, Lizzie. That was fabulous. And it's lovely to have everybody come and be part of our shows. That is a deal not to be missed, okay? Also, this is just a stupid deal. This is just ridiculous because you buy one, get one free on these amazing fabric kits, right? Now let me show you each of these, how the fabric kit works, okay? This is, so I'll show you the 2 of them here. You've got the lovely little bag, which is what I'm going to make now. And by the way, I am giving this bag away. I said this, assuming this demo goes to plan and it all works out all right and we end up with a nice pretty bag, then I will pick one of your comments at random. We won't pick it live on the show today. I'll give people a chance because a lot of people watch this show afterwards. So we'll give it 24 hours. So tomorrow morning, Wednesday morning, we will pick someone at random to win the bag. So all you have to do is be commenting. If it all goes wrong, then we'll have a bit of a giggle and all of you that have commented up to now, thank you. But don't get the brag. No, it'll be fine. It'll be fine because it's so easy, right? But there's 2 kits. So you've got the boutique purse and also the wristlet clutch. Now let me show you, when we open these up, they're called a fabric kit because everything you need is in the kit. So this is the wristlet clutch. So can you see, you get the zip that you need, and then look how clever this is. Beautiful, it's a beautiful cotton fabric, but then everything is printed on. So the pattern is actually printed on and the lining's printed on here, and it tells you what everything's for. Honestly, I think these are the cleverest little kits. It even shows you where you're putting your little gusset pieces in. So you get a full instruction sheet to go with it. Here we go. So it shows you the bag and walks you through all the way exactly how you're going to put this together. But you just cut out all these pieces and start stitching them together. Now, if I fold this back up and pop this one back in the bag, it's actually the other bag that I'm going to be making, right? So we'll pop this in the box. You're lovely, thank you very much. And I'll show you the boutique purse. I like the boutique purse. Doesn't matter, you don't have to choose because you're getting them both, okay? So with this one, you get the little magnetic clasp, so you can magnetize. Can you see? It's a nice little makeup bag, this one. Magnetize the front bag. Then you are getting in this one not only the panel but also the wadding. And look, you get loads of it. You get loads, cut more than enough from what you need for the bag, okay? So you've got the wadding in here. That's going to go in the bag. And you think, I mean, for $14.99 or $20.99 in dollars, they were brilliant value already to begin with, but to be able to buy one, get one free at the moment. Now, you can see here, so this is our little panel on the top. So you've got the lining, the outer, and some nice little detail. We've got the little pocket to go on the front, so you've got one side and the other side. And then there's your outer bag and your lining there. So what you're going to do, and I'll be really honest guys, I had to start this at home. So I did this. I knew I couldn't make the whole bag. So what I've done is I did kind of 80% of this last night. I did the easy bits last night. So what you're going to do is you're going to cut out all of these, cut them exactly out, right? And then what you've got is you've got the two outer bags, and then this here is your gusset. So you would take the lining gusset and you would stitch the gusset all the way around one side and then around the other. Let me show you. Here's my lining gusset that I've done, right? So it's had a nice little press as well. I've stuck on that pocket. Here's my pocket here. I haven't stuck it on, I've stitched it on, right? So I stitched on the pocket. If I just turn it round the other way, before I started, stitched on the pocket to go in the inside on the front panel, all right? Then you just sew on the gusset, and you can see it's a tapered gusset, but that is all taken care of in the pattern, right? So you're going to sew all the way around. I'll turn it back inside out. Make sure you leave little piggy hole, as our Charlie calls them, a little hole in the back so that we can turn the whole bag through, right? So that's what you're going to do with the inner pieces. Then I want you to do exactly the same with the outer pieces. But the difference is you're going to cut the outer pieces and then use them as a pattern to cut your wadding as well. So I chose not to do the wadding on the gusset. You've got enough wadding that you can do it on the gusset if you want. Let me turn this back round the other side as well so you can see it. So I left my lining just stitching the fabric, but I've stitched the gusset all the way around, and then we've got the wadding and the fabric stitched in together here, right? So stitch that back round. I have left the outer piece. I've left the little flap to show you. So I'm going to pop this to one side. There's my nice little bag. Pop that to one side. Pop this in the box, and then let me show you what I've done. I've kind of got it all ready, but not done it. So I've cut the flap out of the lining, and also a little piece out of the nice detail fabric here. So I've just got this ready, and I'm going to top stitch just down the front of there. So just right near the end, I'm going to try my hardest, Joe, to get it super neat here, and just go very gently. Now I've got my stitch length on 2.5, so it's just going to give me like quite a nice neat stitch. Not too close together, a little bit fine. And we are going to stitch this, here we go. And I am going to stitch this, and we're going to stitch this in afterwards. So there's my nice top stitching on there, and I'm going to go straight back down the other side, Joe, and that's just going to look lovely.
If you are after the machine that Sara is using, it's a Stitch Pro. You'll find it over on our website. It is a fabulous digital machine. It really is wonderful. Go and have a read of the reviews, and you'll find it there on the website. And remember, buy one get one free on these fabric kits. What I would say about the fabric kit, I think these are the prime example of something you could maybe send to someone else as a care package. So if you wanted to buy one for someone, you could pay for it and then put the shipping address different to the billing address, and we can just send it out to whoever you want to send it to. So it might be a lovely little sewing care package. And I'm guessing with these, you could hand stitch these, could you, Sara, if you wanted to, if you were a complete beginner?
You absolutely could hand stitch them, Joe. And they're nice, easy projects. Like you say, perhaps you know someone, like my sister, for example, right? My sister, she did sewing classes about 3 years ago when she was living down, in Banbury. Right. She decided one Christmas, because we have a little competition every Christmas, who can make the best Christmas presents. My mum decided when Helen was a student that it would be cheaper for us, instead of buying everyone Christmas presents, my mum said, I want you to make me a Christmas present, and then you never, you can see how it would mean more to me if you made something. And she was thinking that as a student, it would be cheaper for Helen. Well, little did she realise, actually, we just spent way more money on the stuff we were buying than buying to make things than what it did is if we just bought it in the first place. So, so our Helen went 1 year and did sewing classes.
Wow.
And then made my dad new cushions for his camper van.
Wonderful.
And let's just say I was well and truly trumped that year. Right?
I'm going to this year, I'm hoping to, if we can get, social distancing and all that, I'm really hoping to go on a shampoo bar making course. So you know what know what everyone will be getting for Christmas this year from me. Shampoo bars all round, because they're so good for the environment, because obviously there's no packaging involved, so it's one of the things that people are making lots of, which is fantastic. Should we hear from a few more people who've been sending in our scrub bags whilst you're doing it? Are you doing a bit of pressing over there?
I'm just going to press and then top stitch around my the front of my bag. I would love to hear some more of who's done the scrubs bags, and if I need to interrupt you just to tell you what I'm doing, Joe, I'll just be rude and interrupt you.
Yeah, absolutely, no problem at all. So these are to Sara and team, all made from craft cotton. This is from Janet, who is in Riding Mill. It's an NE, I don't know where that is. It's an NE postcode, which I'm guessing is Newcastle. This is from Miss C Knight. She's a DL17 postcode. That's the same as ours.
Right,
she must be really close by. She's a Club Inspire member as well. Thank you very much. Do make sure you put a note in with your scrubs bags when you are sending them in to us. We love to know who sent them in to us.
We would love to know who's been sending them.
Andrea Ryan has sent us some in, so big thank you to you, Andrea Ryan. You're making such a difference. Mrs. L. Willis has sent some in to us as well. We really, really appreciate that. Laura Zarman has sent some in to us too. We really, really love that. And she says, I hope these are okay. Not been sewing very long. They're absolutely fantastic. And I just love them. I love seeing what people have made them out of as well. If I was making scrub bags, this would be the kind of colour that mine would end up coming in. I do love a bright me. But again, you can see, and just, do you know what I really love? It's just the level, the quality of the work that we're seeing. Our crafters are so talented, that you really are, and these will be going straight to our frontline NHS workers here in the UK. You're making a huge difference. We do still need more of them though. Keep sending them in to us. All the details for that is over on our website, craftscompanion.co.uk.com or .eu. So a scrub bag is what you'll find somewhere on the homepage, and you will then be able to find them there. Please keep making them. Please keep sending them in to us. We love receiving them. And this lot behind me here, there's a mountain of scrub bags back there. That is only a snapshot of everything that we've been sent. As we're getting them in, we're sending them straight out again. Don't forget how great this deal is as well on the fabric kits. They are absolutely amazing. Now, I think Sara is ready for the next stage.
I am. I've got ready to that next bit. So I've done that lovely flap, right? And I've even, look at that, taken time to do a nice bit of top stitching, and it's just finished that front flap off lovely. Now, this is the only complicated bit of the bag, which is why this is the bit that I wanted to wait and show everyone, okay? So we've got our bag, and we've got our flap, and we've got, although I don't know where I've put it, my lining. Let's have a look. It's not there. Here it is. Right, we've got the lining. Now, here's what you do, okay? You're going to put the bag inside the lining. So you want the right sides together. So you can see there's our right side of the lining to the right side of the fabric. And I'm just going to get this whole thing lined up nicely. Now, this is the bit that's just worth taking your time over, Joe, because this is the bit whereby if you get it wrong, it's kind of, the whole bag's going to be out of shape. So this is the bit where it's worth getting it nice and neat. So can you see I'm just lining all those edges up absolutely perfectly. Now, there's the bit with my flap in. So your pocket needs to go inside there. Now, the best way is just to think about this, okay? So if this is going to be the front of my bag here, I want the pocket to look like this on the front of the bag. So when we flip it over, that's how we're going to put it inside the bag, right? So what you should find is the back of the bag lines up with the back of the pocket, all right? And you do need to get all of these lined up perfectly. So that's going to go right in the middle there. And then we're going to get the back of our bag flap as well all lined up there. And then what we're going to do, let's have a look. I'm going to show you that. There you go. So we're going to stitch through all of that. Now, if I take it back over to the machine, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take off this side piece so that I can put the whole bag around the machine, right? Now, I like to start in the middle at the back, right? just because I'm sewing through quite a few layers here. Now this is all based on giving a 1/4 of an inch seam allowance. So I'm just going to I'm going to take my time and go gently through here, Joe. This is the time, it's going to take me a couple of minutes to just stitch around the edge here. Let's just go backwards a little bit. But you can maybe read some lovely comments. Have a look, I'm going to just go back over that bit because I just went off.
Some of these are absolutely fabulous. I love that you've used up fabrics. I love that you've sent us in some a real vast array of different ones as well. Let me show you some of my favourites. Check this one out. This one looks like, who was the bear from Peru?
Paddington.
Paddington.
Oh, shall I tell you a funny story about Paddington?
Yeah, please.
Right, so our Oliver loves Paddington Bear, right? And when he was little, he started watching the Paddington Bear movie. Now, we live near a place called Seaton, Carew.
Right.
Right, it's a seaside town near our house, Seaton, Carew. And Oliver had obviously watched Paddington Bear, who lives in deepest, darkest Peru, right? You can see where we're going with this, and yes, so we were out one day with his gran, and we were talking about Paddlington. He called him Paddlington Bear, and gran said, "Can you remember where Paddlington's from, Oliver?" He said, "Yes, deepest, darkest Seaton, Carew."
That's really funny.
Oh, we always have a chuckle at it. So Paddlington Bear is from deepest, darkest Seaton, Carew. In case any of you guys didn't know.
I can't wait to go and explore the seaside towns around here.
Oh, there's some
lovely ones, isn't there?
Yeah.
You know, I lived in Bridlington for a little while as a kid, which I don't think is a million miles from here. So maybe I'll go and explore there too. I always wondered why Paddington was from Peru, and then I saw a program about Peru recently, and there's loads of bears in Peru. Who'd have thought it? I had no idea. But this one's gorgeous. I love this one. I have a feeling that this one might be a why can you never? I think this might be a Stuart Hillard fabric, this one, you know. It is really, really beautiful.
It's nice and bright, isn't
yeah,
it?
so I mean, this Stuart Hillard, I think it's a Stuart Hillard craft cotton one. By memory. If it is, I mean, someone is very lucky that's receiving that. It's gorgeous. This one here, I absolutely love too. That one's fabulous. This lovely floral one. And again, I can imagine there's lots of tablecloths and curtains and all sorts of wonderful things. And duvet covers were the other things, weren't they, that people were turning into
yes,
scrub bags.
Duvet covers are a brilliant idea. Do you know what I'm going to just do, Joe? My TV's just gone off, so I'm just going to go and turn it on. You've got to remember, guys, when we're in here, there's only me and Joe in here. So
Mine's gone off as well. Can you do? I'll do mine.
With the presenters,
I'll
with
do
the
mine.
guests, with the camera guys, with the with the tech operators, with the sound people, there's all sorts. Right, here we go. I'm back. Right. So I was just having a little check, and I look like I've just about caught all of that fabric in. Can you see all the way around here? All the way just on there, and I've got all the way around. I'm worried that I think I have caught that there. Yes, we've caught that there, all the way around the top. I've managed to get through the double layer. We look okay, right? Now, the moment of truth, right? So here is the little piggy hole that we left, as our Charlie likes to call it, right? So you just feed your bag through the little bit of the piggy hole. We're going to turn it all the way inside out, right? So there is our bag. Oh, look, we managed to... Oh, look, I've missed a tiny little bit. Should we go back and stitch that? Yeah, let's go back and stitch that along. I've just missed it. Do you want to see what I've done? Can you see? I just haven't quite caught there. Oh, it's only the line. No, I'm going to go and stitch back along that top one. So that's what you do. You can just turn it back inside out. We're not all perfect, Joe. I sometimes like, I'll be really honest, I didn't do this on purpose. I sometimes try and claim that I did do it on purpose. I didn't do it on purpose, but I sometimes like that you could have done. I'm just going to stitch back along there another time, Joe, just to make sure that we catch all of the two sides of that thing. What I should really have done, I've done a proper Sara job of this. I should really have had my quilting clips in there, so I should have had it all stitched in, but I didn't. So we're just going to give it another little run along there, and actually it's nice because it's going to probably strengthen it a little bit more. So we're just going to get that strengthened. I can see I've got all of the top on here. There we go. I'm going to take you right off. Now let's try and turn that back inside out, see if we've done it. So let's get our little piggy hole again. I don't know if you call them piggy holes on bags.
Peaky holes.
Piggy hole, we call it. It's what our Charlie, my little 3-year-old, says when he's got a hole in his sock. I've got a little piggy hole in my sock, Mammy. So it just made me think of a little piggy hole. Right, yes, look at the difference now, right? We've got that caught in beautifully at the front and inside there. Yes, it was worth doing that as an extra, right? There is our lining, beautiful and perfect. We've got the nice shaping on the bag. All we do is just going to close up our little piggy hole and just going to give that a nice little stitch down the edge to finish that off. So I like to do it nice and quickly on the machine as well. But I like to go right close to the very end. Now this just shows you I've done the complicated bit of the bag. Yes, I did some of the prep work before we started. Oh man, I've only gone through one layer. Here we go. I did some of the prep work before we started, but it's really nice for you to be able to see the complicated bit. So the bit where we turn it inside out and it kind of becomes a bag, the magic bit. Before I started with bag making, that's always the bit that I didn't understand how to do it. I could see the sewing around the corners, the straight lines, all of that, no problem. However, turning it inside out to make it into a bag, absolutely no idea. That was just completely baffled me. So that's the bit I always like to see the demo. Whenever I watch our tutorials back on Crafters TV or any YouTube clips, I always go back to that bit. Right, so here we go. The inside of our lining just goes in there. Catch all these extra fabrics off. That I'm going to give that a nice press just to finish all of that off, and then just give it a top stitch along there before we send it out to someone. But there is the front on our bag, and it just shows you. Let's move the sewing machine so you can have a nice up close look at it. There we go. Let's have a look at this. Isn't that looking lovely? And it just gorgeous. Shows you how the whole. So it's a nice little makeup bag. This one, right? So you've got the little pocket on the inside. You've got that gusset down the edge. And then by the time I give this a nice little press, it's just going to finish it over beautifully, right? I'll get this all put back ready because we're going to do another demo in a little bit. I'm quite pleased with that bag, Joe. Quite pleased with it indeed. So don't forget, keep your comments coming in. Now we know my bag's worked. Yay! Keep your comments coming in. We'll pick one, not this morning live on the show. We're going to pick one tomorrow morning. So we're going to give everyone who doesn't watch the show live, all those of you in America, we're going to let you have basically overnight for us here in the UK to watch that show back, and then we're going to pick someone at random. But the bag's $14.99. You get everything in the kit to make this little purse bag and also the wristlet clutch. So everything, the instructions, the pattern, the wadding, the zips when you need it, everything is included in the one kit. Phenomenal value. You're not limited to one per customer on these. If you want to get a couple of them, you are more than welcome to, and send these out as wonderful gifts, either to some aspiring sewers out there, or maybe it's to some people who just want a bit of a reminder that they would want to get back into sewing.
Yes.
So, right, Joe, I'll get ready for my next demo.
Absolutely. Whilst you do that, I want to give you a reminder of that Gemini Lock Pro. So busy on this, as it always is. $249.99. It's at a great price already. We can't take any more off of the cost of the machine. However, what we can do is give you the Be Happy fabric roll included as well. This is my favourite fabric collection that we've done here at Crafters Companion, which is fantastic. And what we will also do is give you a bonus 500 points. Now you get £1 for every point. You don't get £1 for every point you spend. It's the other way around. You get a point for every £1 that you spend. We're giving the money away otherwise. But what you're going to get is, so you'll get 750 points just on this purchase alone. It is a absolutely incredible machine. Now, if you're not a Club Inspire member, I'm going to slap you on the wrist and say, why not? Because it is absolutely free to join, and it's all about giving you a VIP crafting experience. Here is Sara to tell you all of the details about Club Inspire.
Welcome to Club Inspire, our free loyalty club. As a member of the club, you can save up to 20% every time you shop with us. For every £1 you spend, whether it's in one of our stores or on our website, you'll collect 1 loyalty point. The more points you have, the more benefits you'll receive. As a welcome present, we'll give you 20% discount with your very first order. Once you place your first order, you'll be given 250 points straight away, making you a bronze member. This will mean that you'll receive a 5% discount on all of your purchases until the end of the next calendar year, plus priority postage. 500 points takes you up to Silver membership, where you'll get 10% discount plus free shipping when you spend over £20. When you get to 750 points, you'll become a Gold member, which gets you a whopping 15% discount on every order, and we'll ship them to you completely free, no matter how big or small they are. Spend over £25 and we'll send them to you via our premium next day delivery courier service. When you reach 1500 points, you'll become a Platinum member, giving you the same shipping benefits as a Gold member, but with the added bonus of a massive 20% discount on all of your purchases. Now on top of that, you'll receive exclusive discounts, sneak peeks of brand new products, special offers and money-saving vouchers. You'll have access to an exclusive secret Facebook group to meet like-minded friends, to find out information first and to be inspired by all the crafty makes. We'll send you a completely free quarterly Digimag direct into your inbox, giving you lots of hints, tips, inspiration, additional offers and some sneaky behind the scenes gossip from the team. So what are you waiting for? Become a member of our club today.
Course of Club Inspire, make sure you're in the club. It is a fantastic place to be. You can really see the colossal mountain of scrub bags that I've got behind me there now at the moment. All the details for the scrub bags are of course over on the website. Now we were talking about maybe care packages, sending something out to someone for the first time. So many people at the moment got a lot of extra time on their hand, looking for ways to keep busy. So what we've got are our Makery craft kits. Now they are absolutely fantastic. You've got the cloud cushion. Now this is going to allow you to practice your embroidery. I'm not going to go into this one because Sara's going to take us through this one in a few minutes, but you get that beautiful cushion for you to have afterwards. And in here you've got absolutely everything that you need. So you've got your fabric in here, you've got your fabric pen, thread, stuffing, there's an embroidery ring in there, and also full instructions in that one. There's another one. I think I need to take this one home, you know, because I actually need a lampshade back at the house. So maybe I need to give this a go. This is to make a lampshade, which is just fantastic. And again, you've got everything that you need in here to enable you to do that. But it's boxed beautifully as well. So if you did want to pay for it and send it to someone else, a great one to do that with. In here, you get the fabric, the PVC, the tape, there's pom-pom trim. Shut the front door. I didn't know there was pom-pom trim in here. That's an absolute game changer. You've got the instructions and you've got the ring set in there as well. So absolutely everything that you need. Now the one that gets me excited is this one here. Who doesn't love slippers? Who doesn't love crochet slippers? And you've got everything in here that you need to get you started as well. So even down to and including the hook. So it really is a fantastic kit. Let me just open this up and show you what you've got in here. All beautifully packaged. You've got your crochet hook in here. You've got your yarn. You've got a couple of balls of yarn, in fact. You've got all of your bits and bobs, as I call them. So you've got your tassels in here, things like your stitch markers as well. And then full instructions, and the instructions are really easily laid out. What I'd say is if you're more of a visual learner, just type these stitches into YouTube and you'll have you'll get a really clear, easy understanding of that. But it's very, very easy to do and quite a good starting kit. I crochet and I'll pick that up later. I crochet and I started off my crochet journey with a kit very, very similar to this. It really is a great starting point. Don't forget as well that you can watch and shop very easily at the same time. You can do that over on our website, craftscompanion.co.uk.com or .eu. When the show is live, when you go to our homepage of the website, the video will be there, and click the shop the show button underneath, and you'll be good to go. And now I can see we could lose Sara, I think, in this section because there is some hand embroidery on the go, which I know you absolutely adore, Sara.
Oh, I've been getting into a load of hand embroidery the last, I would say the last couple of months since we've gone into lockdown, Joe. The kids are really enjoying embroidery, and then I think it's just such a simple and easy thing to do. I'm saying the kids. My 6-year-old is managing it no problem. My 3-year-old wants to get involved. not quite as easy. Now, let me just show you. Oh, don't you get stuck on the back there. You actually get a full embroidery hoop in this kit. So I've cut out, because I've already started this one as well, okay? So I've cut out the cloud shape, and it does walk you through all of this in. You get full instructions with this. Look how comprehensive all of the instructions are. Really, really easy for you to follow, okay? So I've cut out the cloud shape. I've then used, there's a template. So can you see you've got a template? Whether you want to do, whatever it is you want to write, you're going to basically go over the template. So I just did the word dream, just because it was a nice and simple one. And I got most of the embroidery done last night. I just saved the last couple of bits to show you. I'm doing a running stitch, which basically is where so can you see, if you're on the nice close up here, what you're going to do is you're going to come in from a little bit over the edge and then back in the previous hole. Okay, so we're just going in and back in the previous hole, and then the same on that last little edge bit. We're coming, it's really hard to do, it's back to front upside down for the camera. We go out and then just into that previous hole, and you can just do all of the little embroidery and embroider all of your own pattern onto there, right? Once we've embroidered it all, we do just need to finish that off. So I'm just going to send this through and just tie off that end. And I'm going to give it a couple of little ties actually, so that we make sure we don't lose. Oh, no, you're clearly not going through there. Go through once more, Joe. So we'll go through, and then let's have a look. I'm just picking this up here. I didn't know if you'd done much hand embroidery, Joe. I know you do a lot of crochet, but if you're looking to try a little bit of the hand embroidery, do you know this kit would be great because you can do the embroidery and the sewing, right?
I've never tried it.
Oh, it's really easy. I'm going to send you home with one of these kits.
Okie doke.
And you definitely need the, look, you get plenty of embroidery floss to get you started. I'm saying floss. Look at me, sounding all American. Right, for those of you that don't know how the embroidery hoop works, so all you do, you see, is you just undo the embroidery hoop, so you just loosen it at the top, and you've got the top and the bottom. So where we've embroidered dream on there, if you were to put, say you were going to start with this new one, right? You're just going to take it, you have one underneath, one on the top, you transfer your pattern on, right? Put the two together. Oh, that's me, one on the top, isn't it? One underneath, one on the top. Then you're going to put your top one over the top of it, and it just feeds the two together. And then you tighten this back up, right? So it just pulls the two together, and then you can pull your fabric through to get it nice and tight. Now, once you've finished making this kit, you've got this embroidery hoop. So you could be going, like getting an old pair of jeans, for example, popping it in the hoop and adding a little bit of embroidery onto it. So we have some embroidery floss on the, we call them threads over here, don't we? I'm so used to talking to the Americans.
Flossing is a dance move here in the UK.
That's
I'm
very
not sure
true.
if I can do it. Hang on. Oh yeah, just about.
Just about. He's going for it. Right, I think we're going to have to go. Come on, we need a 4-page one on that. There he is, bit of flossing. Yeah, totally different thing as we talked about.
I'm out of breath.
Yeah.
This is the flossing that Zara was talking about. The floss is on the show. Also, what's on the show is that lovely little kit that we're going to look at in a little bit more detail later, with the wash away webbing and all the printable designs.
Ooh,
and
yes.
the cotton as well. So actually, you could take that hoop that's in this kit, go for this other kit that we're going to show you in a minute, and you've got loads of stuff that you're going to be able to do with that, which is fantastic. I can't believe these are from $5.99, these kits as well, which is amazing.
It is ridiculous. Right, now I'm taking the two of these together and just popping the two pieces together perfectly, right? And then I'm just going to leave a piggy hole in the bottom, right? So I'm going to leave my hole, and I'm just going to stitch all the way around the cloud jaw. And I'm telling you, because it's going to take us a couple of minutes, and now you don't have to sit and watch me do that. Well, you can watch me. You can do that clever thing where we leave me in the corner, because we've got producer Matt on today. This is Matt's first show.
Usually Matt Cam is what we're talking about. Now we're like Prod Squad Matt. That's what we call him.
Producer Matt on the case. So he'll do that clever thing where he puts me in the corner, and then you can show loads. I'm in the corner. I'm already in the corner.
No one put Sarah in the corner.
No one put Sarah in the corner. I've been waiting to say that. But you can see me in the corner. You can see me stitching around this, Joe, while you can show everybody a few more of them scrubs bags.
Absolutely. I just wanted to recap our pricing on these. So the crochet slip is $5.99. the cushion that Sarah's working on is £7.99, as is the lampshade as well. So definitely grab them. I know a lot of you will be multi-ordering on these, and remember that you can buy them and have them sent somewhere else, which is really important. And we send you the invoice and we just send the product to someone else, because obviously maybe there's someone that you're not able to see at the moment, you know, with the way things are, a lot of travel restrictions. Maybe you just want to let someone know that you're thinking of them and you care about them, and also you want to give them something to keep them busy as well. I think this would be a perfect kit to enable you to do that. So
I've had a lot of things sent in the post, you know, from other people. Actually, I had one thing, but I didn't know it came from. Whoever that company was didn't include the practice tips. I had no idea who sent it. So I have a lovely running journal from someone. I'm guessing they sent me it from. It was a couple of weeks ago for my birthday. But yes, I have no idea who sent me that. It was lovely to receive it in the post. But yes, all of my birthday presents this year came in the post. And also, I've been doing quite a lot of sending people things in the post, even though, you know, I would normally get to see them. So you can send them straight. All you can do is you can go and put the details in of what you want to order, but you might get them. Oh, you might get them this cloud cushion kit and the lampshade kit. Or if they're getting into their sewing, you could always be getting them the cushion kit and maybe the maybe one of those fabric purse kits that you saw me doing as well. Yeah,
absolutely. Don't forget about the fabric kits. They were on a great deal as well. Now the scrub, you know, the scrub bags that we're talking about, let me just pick a couple more of these out of here. We've had hundreds and hundreds and hundreds. I feel like I work in one of those fabulous fabric shops in like Soho or somewhere, trying to get all of these scrub bags out without them falling over. We've had so many of them and we thank you so much. We've had absolutely hundreds of them. Still keep making them. We still need more of these scrub bags, and you can actually send them to us here and we'll make sure they get exactly where they need to go. So if you want to send them in to us, it's really easy. You can find all the information over on our website, crafterscompanion.co.uk. And if you go there, this is the Sew a Scrub Bag page. You can see all the details that you need there. You've also got the address there where you can send them into, and another video tutorial from Sarah on how exactly you need to do it and what exactly you need to do, which is fantastic. So make sure you go over there and check that out and keep sending these in to us. We absolutely love them. Now, if you've loved, talking of loving things, if you've loved this show, so someone's got to take this back over to head office after the show, and I have a feeling it might be me. That's just dawned on me. If you've loved this show, don't forget, with all our shows here on Crafters TV, you can watch these back from our website at any time, really. And whilst the deals usually last for about 48 hours, the inspiration and everything you're seeing, all the techniques and tips that you're picking up from Sara and all our other experts here, that lives on pretty much forever. So definitely go over there. Maybe if this is the first time you've seen the Soft Side Life show, go back and watch the previous ones. I think is this our third one now, I think, or maybe our fourth one?
No, it might be the fifth, Joe.
Really?
I've lost count. We have that much fun on a Tuesday. I've lost count.
We do, because we have so much going on. We have a whole week of programming. We give you Sunday off to do a bit of crafting, but other than that, we're here with you every single day at 11 a.m. and then we're here with you in the evenings, Monday through Thursday as well. So there's loads for you to see. How are you getting on with your stitching over there, Sara?
Well, I'm all stitched up. I'm going to stuff it now. You even get the stuffing. Can I just say, could you go and buy a bag of stuffing for what the price that you're paying for this kit is? You get everything. The embroidery hoop, the stuffing, the lot.
Toy stuffing, I know, for crochet projects is £4.99 just for the bag of stuffing, which is like that big. So for a couple of quid more, you're getting absolutely everything that you need. It's amazing value. And once you've got the instructions, you're going to be able to keep doing that time and time again, aren't you? Once you've learned the technique, you can do loads of these.
It's just a nice little, it's just a nice, these were designed, so the Makery kits, when we worked with the people at the Makery to make these, the Makery kits were all designed as basically entry level, so get started, and they were designed as giftables. So all of these kits have been sold at places like, we're here in the UK, places like Boots and John Lewis are where you're going to find these very beginner style kits, and I just think you know, why not take advantage of them while we've got them on at this fantastic price? Whether you know someone who's into upcycling and wants to do their own DIY lampshade, or whether you know someone who wants to get into crochet and you're going to try the crochet slippers, it's like all these different crafts, and you can try each one of these different crafts at a fraction of the price you would usually, right? So I'm just literally going to stitch this last one together. I'm just going to make sure I'm right in there. Here we go. So get this piece in here. So usually I would hand stitch this bit. However, as we are on TV and we want to do everything nice and quick, I am not going to hand stitch it. I am going to do this on the machine just for speed. So down you go, needle. And then along you come. So just stitching up that last little bit. I'm hoping I've caught it all in. If not, this is going to be another one of those Sara multi-stitch jobbies. Yeah, we haven't caught it all in, but you know what? Yeah, we've caught part of it. Let's go and catch the other part. And I'm determined to make this cushion now and make it perfect, Joe.
You could finish that by hand if you wanted to. I'm guessing.
Oh yeah, I think it would be loads easier by hand
Right,
as
okay.
well. I'm like a dog with a bone now. I'm like, do you know what? I've started.
No one's
I've
telling you can't
started,
do it now.
I will finish it. We're going round here, and bear in mind, I'm still trying to do everything upside down, back to front for your cameras. And I'm just going to keep reminding you of this. I am not a Lizzie. I am not a Jen. I am not a specialist sewer. I am a beginner sewer. Yet here I am doing these projects. I've still got that. Right, I'm going to get that sewn up before the end of this. But I think you can see my cushion is looking pretty good, right? I will sit and finish that last little stitch bit on the bottom and neaten all that up, Joe. But I think you should run everyone through what all those kits are.
Yeah, absolutely, because they are fantastic value for money. We've got the cloud cushion kit. This is the one that you've just seen Sara using in here. You get the fabric pen, the thread, the stuffing, the embroidery ring, all the instructions too. So loads of hardware in there you're going to be able to use time and time again afterwards. That one's $7.99 in the UK. The next one we have for you is this one here, which is the crochet slippers. As you can see, this one is $5.99. In here you've got, again, everything you need. The yarn, the crochet hook, the instructions, the stitch markers, the tassels, and the yarn needle as well. And then last but by no means least, you've also got the lampshade cover too. And in here you've got the fabric, the PVC, the tape, the pom-pom trim, the instructions, and the ring set as well. So everything you need. Whether you're sending this to someone and they're going to make it up, or maybe you're going to make it up and you're going to send them the finished article, I just think they're such a lovely thing to be able to gift. Prices from $5.99. Remember, if you want to watch and shop at the same time, you can do that on Crafters TV, which is over on the Crafters Companion website, crafterscompanion.com.co.uk or .eu. So make sure you get across there. And if you ever want to send us any pictures of anything you've made, you can do so very easily by emailing us at studio@crafterscompanion.co.uk, or you can leave them over on our Crafters TV Facebook page, or even tag us in your stories on Instagram as well. You'll find Crafters TV on Instagram too. So loads of different ways that you can get in touch and get involved. How are you getting on over there?
We're everywhere, Joe, aren't we? Wherever we
are. We're omnipresent.
everywhere.
Omnipresent.
I've done it. I've got it all stitched up. Not the neatest top stitching I've done in my life. I now might have to top stitch all the way around. But how cute. To put it on the nice grey background. The fabric design's really cute and nice. Just at that very simple dream. That fabric pen that you were talking about, this is it, Joe. So you see you can trace round all of those, the letter guide that you got in there to draw on your own letters for you to then be able to do all of the embroidery. So this is a bit of sewing, embroidery, all rolled into one, and it just makes a lovely, lovely little project. Now, you, I believe, Joe, have got some other embroidery bundles for us, because this was just my starter for 10 on embroidery. Because if you are really getting into embroidery, what we've got is we've got a collection of, with your hoops. Instead of me explaining, you explain it to them, Joe.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, what we've got is a design bundle for you. So what we've done is popped over 250 resizable, printable designs onto a PC CD-ROM for you. So you've got the PC CD-ROM included. Pop that into your computer. It's really easy to use. It'll auto run, and you've got loads of designs on there. You can resize them and print them out. Now you're going to need something to print them onto, which I just think this is the cleverest thing I've ever seen. So basically, this goes into your printer and you print onto here, right? Once you've done that, you take that, you peel off the backing, you put it onto your fabric, then you embroider over it, but then you wash it, and this bit washes away, which is fantastic. So all you're then left with, if I get that close enough, you won't see me bending down behind it. There we are. Oh, it didn't work, did it? I think we saw. This then washes away. So all you're left with is that beautiful design on your fabric. I mean, it's like crafty magic, this. I really love it. The only thing that you might want to go for, of course, there's everything you're getting included. What you might want to go for as well, in conjunction with that, is some of your embroidery floss or thread. Now these are on 8 meter skeins or skeins. Skeins. I can never say it properly. And you've got all your different colours. So you've got your soft tones in here. You've got your bolds collection, which is fantastic. You've also got your neutrals in there. I'm butterfingers today, aren't I? And you've got your rich tones included too. Now I know that you've been gifting a lot of embroidery projects to people, Sara. What is it about it that people love so much? Because people, once they seem to start this, seem to get pretty hooked pretty quickly.
It's the relaxation. So just take my mother-in-law for example. Okay, she hasn't done anything like this. She's 69 years old now, and she's never done this. And we had a little embroidery kit, so I dropped it off at the door. Well, that's it, she's hooked now. She's on to like a third one. What she tried to do first of all though is she got one of those, because in our kits we put you some of the embroidery in to get started, like we did with this one. She tried to put all 6 pieces of the embroidery floss or the embroidery thread into the needle, and she did a couple of flowers, and then she was like, I can't be bothered with this because I can't thread the needle. I said, no, Val, you've got to undo it, you've got to peel away, just do it with 2. Well, now she's got the hang of that. She's totally off flying with it. But what she does like to do is she uses more embroidery floss than what's recommended. She likes to put extra stitches in and really pad it out and make it look thick. So I've been sending her home some of the extra embroidery floss. Now the great thing about them is when we've put you the assortment of colours together, we've planned colours that are going to match beautifully well and within a colour theme. So like you said, the baby set or the nature set, but it is 100% Egyptian cotton embroidery thread. So the difference is it's that higher level. So when you finish your project and you run your finger over it, it feels premium, totally premium. Now with this wash away webbing, what I love is, I just said to you, Joe, so that lovely jacket that you've got on, you could print out a nice flower design because you look like a flowery kind of guy.
Oh,
you could
I'm
just
definitely
pop it onto the front. You've got your embroidery hoop from your Make With kit, because I'm sending you one of these home as well. Embroider with it, and then when you take it off, you don't have to even wash in the washing machine. Just submerge it in a bit of water. Do you know what? Instead of me explaining it, why don't we go to Lizzie and have Lizzie show us it?
Great idea.
Lizzie absolutely loves the wash away webbing. She's done loads of embroidery projects with them, and she can show you exactly what it is we're talking about. Oh, no, we're going to Joe. No, we're not going to Joe.
I'm not Lizzie,
no,
just
you're not,
for the record.
Nowhere near as good as Lizzie, Joe. Well, should we try and go to Lizzie, though?
Yeah, let's give it a go.
Thanks, Sara. You're doing a cracking job over there, I can tell you. I'm here today, though, to tell you about our print and stitch CD and our wash away webbing, which is absolutely fantastic. Now, with your print and stitch CD, you can print images directly onto the wash away webbing, or even paper if you want to do some colouring. So it's actually really versatile to have this in your collection. But the wash away webbing really is the piece de resistance. It really is. It's a fabulous product. So if I pop that to one side, we'll quickly go through a few things. So with this, I've actually printed this out with the letters going back to front, which is entirely up to you depending on what you're going to do. It could be embroidery, it could be that you're using the machine or hand, or even just colouring in. Again, I've made it a little bit lighter, so again, it depends on what you're going to be doing. But all of this comes away. This webbing actually comes away from the backing, and it has, I don't know if you can catch it, it's got like little glue dots on it, which actually stick down to your fabric. Now this is one that I was going to cut out and use, but actually I've got something on my machine I'm going to show you. So you can see now I've flipped those images over, so I can machine from the front, or I can hand stitch from the front. Now the first thing I always do is to print on paper anyway, so I can see where everything is positioned, and I can also see if that's the right size for me. For instance, if that's the perfect size, fantastic, but I can actually reduce this down, and you can just use a Word document to do that. And another fantastic feature is that you can actually, so that would be my print. So what I've done is I've picked up the frame of the leaves, but then I've picked up 2 of the alphabets to go into the middle, and I've done that on Word. So you don't need a super duper graphics program to do any of that. Once I'm happy with that size, I've then printed it out on my wash away webbing. So if I show you a couple of quick examples first of things that I've done, and I can really assure you that it's the most wonderful product to use. I've stitched and then I've washed the webbing away, but it gives me an outline. And again, these are all very similar because you can this is my style, this is what I love, this is what I love to do. And again, you could also use your embroidery transfers onto the webbing as well. So don't think it's just a one-trick pony. Oh my gosh, it's not. So if I just finish off doing this little piece of embroidery here, so I'm using my Stitch Pro, and just make sure I've got my foot control in the right place. So I've just been doing a little bit of free motion embroidery using the wash away webbing and the print and stitch. So I'm just going to move this around now, and I'm going to start stitching here, and it's just literally a free motion, so you're drawing with your thread. And it's something I absolutely love to do. You know, I'm in my element here. And I have to say, the Stitch Pro is a super machine for free motion. It really is. Never ever lets me down. So I'm just going to fill that little bit of leaf in there. And I'll show you when I've done, just in case we can't get this quite clear on the screen for you. The trouble is, you see, I'll just get carried away and have too much fun. Now, I've done it on the machine. You can hand embroider this. Like I say, you can colour in. There's so many different techniques you can use to actually use not only the CD, but the wash away webbing as well. So look, that's my design there. Let me show you there what it looks like. And it's all been done on the machine. I've put it in the hoop, so it kind of stabilises it. Now, the great trick to all of this is that I've obviously printed onto the webbing. The webbing is stuck to my fabric, but when I bring in my bowl of water, let's bring that right into the middle. If I pop that into my water, which is kind of lukewarm, the warmer it is, the quicker it dissolves. But all of this webbing now is starting to dissolve away. And just give it a little bit of a rub, and you'll see, well, I can see, I don't know if you can see, but all that gluey webbing is actually now washing away, which means not only have I had the wonderful guidance of the outside line of my design, but all of that washes away. Now, there we go. Now, I'm not sure how clear you'll see this, but there is no webbing there. It's just a few little bits that need a little sort of rinse away. But if I bring that up to the camera, hopefully you'll see dripping onto my desk that you've got little blobs of the glue which will just like brush away, or you can wash away it again. But all that webbing has disappeared. So it means I've transferred that design onto my fabric so easily. So that's the print and stitch CD, and it's the wash away webbing, an absolute must for your craft stash, especially if you're a stitcher.
Honestly, it is genius stuff. I mean, you just think about how do you do that if you don't have wash away web? How would you manage that? But the bundle deal that we've got is over 60% saving, right? So you get the wash away webbing, and actually let me just tell you how many, 10 sheets of the A4 in here, so you can print straight onto this, and actually you can get multiple designs onto this. Now all the designs that you could want are coming on the CD-ROM, right? So there's over 250 printable designs. You can resize them to any shape, to any size, no problem at all. And then just because we are so generous here, we've even thrown in the linen fabric. So this is 100% cotton, fabulous, beautifully washable. You don't have to embroider it onto this, so you could be embroidering onto, I mean, to be honest, I cut a pair of old jeans up the other day, and this would be wonderful onto the old jeans, or I cut my old jeans up to make it into a little drawstring bag. I could embroider a design onto the front. Now Lizzie was using her sewing machine to embroider. It's great for hand embroidery if you want to use some of the embroidery threads that we've got on the show, or if you've got a Stitch Pro. You saw Lizzie had hers and she put that big side table on. Now, in case you hadn't realised, that actually comes in the bundle with the Stitch Pro. So if you're in the market for a new sewing machine, this one is off the chart colossal. phenomenal at the price bracket it's at. Now, there's been a massive surge in sales of sewing machines online since the lockdown happened. So many people getting into it as a new hobby. The Stitch Pro is the sort of machine that instead of starting off with a very, very basic one, you can kind of come in at a medium level and this will just progress with you. So the wash away webbing kit for any of you who like embroidery, whether it's machine embroidery or hand embroidery, is absolutely brilliant. Let me just give you a reminder. There's all the details there. $14.99 or $20.84, over 60% saving. Now I'm going to get Joe to give you a recap of everything else that we had on the show as well.
Absolutely, and starting off just with those threads or flosses that you have here, you've got loads in here. You've got 6 skeins, 8 meters on each of them, so there's loads in. So you've actually got 24 skeins there, which is amazing value for money. $15.98 in the UK, $21.90 if you are in the US. So definitely grab those. I want to give you a pen and paper time, or as I call it, an iPhone sticky note time, where we run through all the great deals that you've seen on the show today. We've had an incredibly busy show. Let's start off with that Lock Pro, because this is an incredible deal. The price is always amazing whenever you come to us. However, today what you're going to get is an extra 500 bonus points. That would give you 750 points, plus that wonderful, my favorite fabric collection is the Be Happy. You've got the fabric roll, which gives you a taste of all of it included in there as well. Now the quilting pattern guides, these are on the show. Great saving here, 40% off of these. $34.99 gets you all 3. Bearing in mind that you can do 6 patterns from each one of those guides. You'll find the low and high shank feet and also the gloves over on our website too. So definitely grab those whilst we're on such a great deal. You buy one, you get one free, is what we've got for you here on the fabric kit. So both of those, you saw Sara demonstrate the boutique purse. You've also got the wristlet clutch there as well. Great as well, this one to have sent out to someone else maybe. Definitely grab it whilst it's on buy one, get one free. Now, you thought buy one, get one free was good. You buy one, you get 2 free is what we're looking at here with our die bundle. These are fantastic, especially the top one there, as you can see, for paper piecing, but also really great because they cut a whole host of different materials for you, which is fantastic. So not just for soft crafting. These are $39.99 in the UK or $39.95 in the US. You'd normally pay that for 1. You get 3 today for that price, which is fantastic value for money. Well, I've loved this show. Can I say so? It's been one of my favourite Soft Side of Life shows so far. Should we do it all again next week, next Tuesday at 11 a.m?
Absolutely do it again. This is the beauty. If you love this sort of show, every Tuesday, 11 o'clock, so that's 11 o'clock UK time, which is what, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6 o'clock for those of you on the East Coast, and 3 o'clock for those of you on the West Coast. I'm sorry we're so early, but you can watch this back at any time. But it's that time of the week when we just kick back a little bit or go into the softer side of life, do all of our lovely stitchy projects. I will be back up next week with even more fantastic sewing projects for you. And tomorrow morning, our Leanne is going to be here with a masterclass at 11 o'clock. So make sure you grab that. Actually, we've got a show coming up later tonight, 4 o'clock for our launch party as well. Make sure you don't miss that. If you want to go back and watch any of our shows, all the W's, crafterscompanion.co.uk or .com, go along the top to Crafters TV and you can watch through any of our shows. Don't forget to keep your comments in for that lovely little purse that I made. We're going to be picking a winner for that. We'll pick that tomorrow morning, should we, Joe?
I think that's a great idea.
We'll do that and you can announce that on your show at 11 o'clock in the morning. We'll announce a winner for that. And look, I've finished my, here they are. I finished my lovely scrubs bag and my dream. They've gone on the set, so we've got them to keep on the set for future. They'll be lovely, and we will see. I will see you back here on Thursday, and enjoy the rest of your day.
Yeah, I'll be back here a little bit later. I'll be back here a little bit later today.
4 o'clock. 4 o'clock. Well, I forgot about that. I meant after today. I'll be back on Thursday.
Okie doke. I'll be here all week though. You can't get rid of me that easily. It's been great. Thank you so much, Sara. I'll see you back here again soon.
See you guys soon. Lots of love.
Take care.
Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye bye.